Hey there folks, and welcome back to Space Engineers Survival. I know it's been a long time since I made my last episode, and for that I'm sorry, and to make a long story short, there were no witnesses and the charges were dropped, so I'm just kidding, maybe. Alright, let's get to the episode. As you can see, we're on our mining and refining station, and there's a little new addition here. This is going to be our cool little dance party room because somebody suggested that we call this the Rave Cave. And I kind of agree with that. That's a kind of cool sounding name. And yeah, I like it. And before, when everything was purple, it looked all cool like a rave. So even when the glitch isn't happening, we have our own little party room. So we're gonna go and rename the beacon the Rave Cave. Also, as you can see, since the last update, as well as adding some things, it's added a couple of cool bugs too, where the collision mesh doesn't actually fit with the door, so you can actually go through this, despite the fact it doesn't look like you can. That's just because the collision mesh moves, but the door itself does not. Alright. And no, you can't get through, so. Alright, now let's go rename that. We can go here, we will go to beacon. So whoever suggested this name, thank you very much. Rave Cave. Alright. And that's good. And we'll get out of here. Also, another thing is whenever you exit something, either a panel or a ship, for some reason it automatically thinks that you want to place a block, and you can't just, like right now it's in slot number 8, you can't press number 8 to make it go away. You have to... Yeah, there you go. It's a little bit finicky, but I'm sure they'll fix that in the next update. They always do. Alright, so now that that's done, what are we going to do this episode? Well, as I mentioned in my previous teeny tiny little update video, they have added large ship grinders right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a large ship grinder ship, I guess. And instead of, having to part out everything by hand, which can be quite tedious and time consuming, we're just going to build a ship that's going to do it for us. And back at the home base, we still have our large mine layer that's still there. It's not completely disassembled because it takes forever to disassemble the heavy armor blocks. So let's find a spot to build it. I don't think we're going to want to build it in here. It's a bit too cramped. However... maybe if we build it on the outside in the shade of this asteroid. I have an idea of what we can do. We can actually... Oop, yeah, that's our character. We're green, if you haven't noticed before. Alright. What we're going to do is we are going to do... Well, actually, I don't think we have anything in our inventory, so we can't actually make anything. So, let's go grab some stuff first. The main thing that we're going to need steel plates, obviously. We're going to need large steel tubes, and some interior plates as well. Alright. Also, we're going to grab this. The NATO ammunition, because I don't think we ever put ammunition in the Ghost over there, so we're gonna throw some ammunition in there. Let's see here. I'm going to want to drop the hand drill off. I don't need it. Alright. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need steel plate. We'll take 500 of them. We're gonna need a couple construction components. Not many. And we're also going to need some large steel tubes. We'll take 20. Can we carry that many? Yes, we can. Okay. We're going to carry some interior plates. Nope. Interior plates. 100 should be enough. Let's see here. What else do we need? So grinders, to place them, you need steel plates. Yep. Interior lights or construction components, just steel plates for those. Because what we're going to do this episode is we're going to block out the ship, and maybe in a half episode or next episode we will complete it in a montage, but we're going to block everything out. So we need steel plates, steel plates, steel plates. I believe these require large steel tubes, but, well, we have steel plates. Interior plates for the cockpits, okay. More steel plates. Of course, these are all steel. Interior plates for passages, which we're probably going to need a couple of. Alright. Interior turrets, we might put one of those down. We're going to need that. We're also going to need cargo containers, which require interior plates. Probably not going to put a refinery or assembler on board, but we are going to put conveyors, or conveyor tubes, and conveyors, which require interior plate. Okay, so I think we need just more steel plate. We'll take as much as we can. There we go. Now let's go over to our ghost ship. We're going to put the ammunition in, and then we're going to make a little place for us to build our new grinder ship. Okay, so let's put 4 of them in here. And we'll put 4 on the other side as well. And I did empty everything out of these cargo containers. I'm pretty sure. Nope, I didn't. Way to go me. I thought I did that. Wait a second. Was I just looking at my inventory? No, I really didn't take everything out. I thought I did. Oh well. Oh, I know, I took everything out of the smaller ship. I didn't take everything out of here yet. When I mean the smaller ship, I'm talking about that mining ship in there. Okay. Nothing in there. Okay, but... Oh wait, of course there's nothing in there. I'm gonna put our ammunition in there. There's probably stuff in this cargo container too. Might as well check. Not too terribly much. We'll take more steel plate. There we go. Alrighty then. There's that private sale just chilling out. Maybe one episode we'll take a look at it. Who knows? And let's get into the shade of the asteroid so we don't get hit by any meteors while we're building this. Speaking of which, I really haven't seen many lately. Maybe those guns are doing a good job. I don't know. Alright, new station. Why are we building a station? It's just something to dock our ship to so it doesn't float away while we're building it. That's weird. I didn't know you could build when you had a grinder in your inventory slot. You'll learn something new every day, I guess. There we go. Just want to build it a ways away from the asteroid. And... meh, good enough. Alright, so what are we going to need? We're going to need light armor blocks. We're also going to need heavy armor slopes. I kind of planned this out a little bit, so hopefully it looks alright. We're not going to need the cockpit right away. We are going to need a landing gear. Actually, no, it automatically makes landing gear, so we're going to need a conveyor tube. We are going to need grinders, of course. Also, we're going to need conveyors. Let's see. We'll put those on later. Don't probably need the interior lights. What else could we make? Probably large reactor. And thrusters, of course. Alright. Now let's get started. New large ship. Because you need to make a large ship if you want to make the large ship grinders, obviously. Alright, there we go. We're going to make... I think it's going to be 5 large ship grinders going this way, and then another row of 5. So it's going to be a total of 10 grinders, and that should grind things pretty quick. And that'll help us so we can rendezvous with ships and part them out. So that'll be nice. So that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Well, maybe it'll be more than 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. One too many on this side. Take a grinder, grind it away. Alright. Now we need to place the grinders, and as you can see if it stops flickering, there are 2 ports on the side, and there's also a port in the direct rear. So it's actually fine like this. So we're going to place them as such. And we're also going to place one more row on top of them. And then we're going to connect them all via conveyor tubes and conveyors to a large cargo container we're going to put on board. So it's all going to be automated. And then on top of that, we're going to have our cockpit. And one large reactor should be enough to power everything. Alright, so we're going to want... Nope, not that right there. We want the conveyor tubes. And even if I can't actually reach some of the stuff that I'm making, we're just going to block it out, because when I go in the time-lapse sequence, I may have to destroy a block and then to get to the interior blocks to finish them, but as long as I know what's supposed to go where. That's the whole point of making this. Alright, so that's good. Now we need conveyors to connect them all. And the reason I'm kind of placing these grinders a little bit back from the rest of the ship is so that I can burrow my way in with the grinders, burrow my way into ships without accidentally damaging my bridge or the interior of the ship, which is going to be further back. Alright. That's good. Now we need to find the middle one, which is this one right here. There we go. We're going to put one more. Well, actually, I don't think we actually need that one right there. What we're going to do is we're going to place one of these guys here. So what's going to happen is the drills are going to drill. They're going to send them back to the conveyors. The conveyors are going to send them here. Or if you're on the bottom, they're going to send them here. And then they're going to send them through this tube. And we're going to put a large cargo container right there. You know what? Actually, I should have put it right there instead. The reason I should put it there is because if I place a large cargo container right here, I won't be able to connect it. But if I place it there, I'll be able to connect it one block up. So that's why that's going there. Okay, there we go. And the reason we're going to need the heavy armor slopes, it will become apparent in a little bit. After we finish making the conveyor system to convey all of our materials. We're also going to need it. It's going to go back. It's going to go back a ways. This is actually going to be one of the largest ships we're going to be making. Still not as large as the Capital Battle class ship, the one with the guns. This still will have guns, just not quite as many. Right. Now that we have all our conveyors, that's all set, so let's get the large cargo container in our inventory. Let's see here. Oh, that didn't work. That did. There we go. Perfect. Come on, place. Oh, I had you for a second there. Too far away, maybe? Yep, that's why. Alright, so everything that gets drilled will go into our large cargo container. We're going to have to make sure that we have access to our cargo container from the outside. Alright. So the reason we want armor slopes is because when we're drilling, we might accidentally ding and dent the top of these. So we're going to put heavy armor slopes on the top to prevent that from happening. So we'll do that, that. We'll do the same thing on the bottom. There we go. I know there are these light armor blocks. We're just going to delete them. Except for that one, because if we delete it, then this whole ship's going to go flying away. I should have thought of that. But I didn't. Okay. the heavy armor. There we go. Perfect. Eventually, we're actually just going to get rid of this landing gear. It's just here to make sure our ship doesn't float away while we're blocking it out and building it. So, alright. Now, more heavy armor blocks in the same fashion. Make sure that's right. 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, we're going to put them on the side as well. Let's get a little bit closer. Not too close. There we go. And we'll burn down a little bit. And done. Alright. So this is just going to be a wall of grinders. It should be fairly effective, I hope. Alright, so there we go. We'll finish putting the armor on at a later date. Let's just finish blocking out the critical systems for the ship. There we go. Because we're going to put a large reactor here. Okay. I might actually even want to put a conveyor with a tube here to connect it to the large reactor so I can fill it automatically. Maybe. But I don't want anything that's not uranium going into the reactor, so we'll see. Let's rotate this correctly. There we go. So we will have the opportunity to connect it if we want. It's just one block, which would be that guy. You know what? For the time being, we'll put it in. If we don't want it, we can take it out. It's as simple as that, I guess. Alright, so we have all of our main systems plotted out. Now we need a place for our cockpit. And we're going to need a place for all of our thrusters. We're going to make the rest of this out of light armor. Only the front is going to be damaged, potentially. Well, it will get damaged. With the way I fly, yeah. There's no chance that it's not getting damaged, so. Alright, we're going to extend this out. We're going to want to completely surround this in armor, because if by chance they do implement the light Gatling cannons on large ships to where they fire at enemy vessels, we want at least light armor to protect us. I don't think there's any chance that we're going after any military transports if they implement it, but if they do implement the Gatling cannons, we'll still be fine to disassemble their ship at our leisure. Our energy's low, but we still have 20%. Meh, good enough, right? Alright, we're going to leave this particular slot open so that we can access it. Whoops. I said we'd leave it open, and I promptly put a block in its place. Herp-a-lerp-a-derp. Alright. And the way that this is going to work is we're going to put a door here. So only those with access to the ship's systems can open the door. Alright, so. And that will prevent people from stealing our loot. Alright, there we go. Good. And right here, well, let me get a little bit of energy. I suppose that's prudent. We'll finish that first. There we go. Alright, let me get some energy, and then we'll finish blocking out the cockpit. And there's that massive Titan off in the distance, almost a kilometer away. And the thing's still freaking huge. Alright. Oh! There's no gravity up here. That's a mistake. Alright. That's taken shape pretty well. Certainly going to be bigger than the Ghost, that's for sure. Alright, almost full on energy. And done. Suppose I want my jetpack on, otherwise I'm not going to be able to leave. Alright. Now let's start building the cockpit. Alright. Light armor blocks are going to do just fine. There we go. The cockpit doesn't need to be that large, but we'll make it big enough. I have a feeling that this is going to have poor visibility, so we're not going to be flying in first-person mode that often, if at all. So we probably won't have that many windows, and probably won't have windows especially due to the fact that this is probably going to come under fire from Gatling cannons at some point in its career, so... Alright. There we go. I think we're going to keep the cargo container as the floor for our interior of our ship, kind of, sort of. We're also going to need some gyroscopes, I forgot about that. And rockets, of course. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3. There we go. We're just gonna do the same thing we did on the other side. Except for that right there, I don't think we need that. Alright. I'm gonna build the same thing we did. I'm gonna put the door there. Alright, now that that's done, we can start building up the wall. The interior of this ship probably won't be that large. It might be, I think it's maybe a interior of 3 wide and maybe 8 or 9 blocks long, so it'll have room, just not a whole terrible lot of it. There we go. One there, we'll place our door down. Nope, our door, not a thruster. There we go. We'll block this off. This will be the rear of the interior of the ship. This will be the top. And you know what? To make it look uniform, I'm actually going to put a armor block there, or a sloped armor block. Just a regular sloped armor block. We don't need a heavy armor block here, because it shouldn't get damaged. Shouldn't. Keyword there. Knowing my navigating and flying skills, it certainly will get damaged at one point. Or some point, rather. Okay, and here's where we're going to enter the ship, actually. Alright. We'll do... You know what? We will do the diagonal windows. Because we're going to want a little bit of visibility. Don't need a lot. And these diagonal windows should have more armor than the regular windows, I'm guessing. And if not, we'll always switch them out. Because we can do that. Alright. Now we need a cockpit. We'll use the third cockpit. I mean, we probably won't be flying it in first-person mode very much, if at all, but it always gives us the option to, so that's nice. Alright, now we're going to want to put a roof on this thing. Get the light armor slopes back. Why light armor slopes? Well, they're lighter, require less resources, and it might look nicer. I don't know. I'm not a very good designer, so I can't say what if it's going to look good or not, but it certainly does require less resources, so there we go. And then all we need to do are place the gyroscopes and thrusters. Alright, we'll place one more. Oh. One more. And now just to put the roof on. There we go. We might even be able to put like an extra cargo container or something else up here. Maybe even a med bay. Yeah, there seems to be enough room you could do something like that. Alright, now we're going to put the small thrusters and the large thrusters and the gyroscopes. Nope, the gyroscopes in our inventory. Okay, whoop, floating away. Alright, let's get a little bit closer. I'm going to put our upward facing thrusters right here. Or some of them. Okay, so that'll only be 3. We'll probably want to put another row of them just to be sure. Give us a little bit of extra mobility. Alright. Need a place for our gyroscopes. Would this work? Yeah, it will. If 3 isn't enough, we'll always add more. But I think it'll be fine. I hope. And we're going to do the same thing we did with the cargo container for the nuclear reactor, where we're going to put a door to access the uranium. So we're going to build that quickly. Well, quickly. Relative term right there. Actually, instead of building a wall of armor right there, I could actually just build a wall of engines. It'll act as a wall. So I think I might do that. Save a couple armor blocks. And it'll save some weight as well, which is always good, because the less your craft weighs, the better it will perform in general. So that means you need less power, less engines, less gyroscopes, that sort of thing, if you have a lighter ship. So I mean, some of my designs might be pretty bad, but at least they're efficient, sort of. Alright, we're gonna finish building this. I mean, I could actually replace some of these with armor slopes, then that would be even more efficient, which I might do at a later date, but right now we're just blocking out the ship. So we also need a door. There we go. Alright, we're going to do the same thing, put a door there, just like we did on both sides of the cargo container and the other side of this reactor. Okay. Good enough. Alright, now we can put our side thrusters. Oh, quit flickering. Quit flickering! There we go. Oh, I'm in the way, of course. Alright, so we're going to put some more lateral thrusters here. Probably going to want a total of maybe 6. I think we're going to have 6 thrusters in each direction, except forward we're going to have more. Well, maybe we're going to have 8 lateral thrusters. No, we're only going to have 6. Because what I'm going to do is we're going to place these thrusters like this. And then we're going to place these. Is that right? Nope, that's not right. There we go. That's 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. One more would be 6. And then this one's going to be a rear-facing thruster, I guess. There we go. Now we just need retro thrusters and thrusters that go back. And we're going to be using some of these big old guys. Nope, too far away, can't place them now. That's one problem with these thrusters. They're so big that you can't place them very well. Sometimes you get too far away, and then sometimes you're just too close. Oh, there we go. Good. Alright, now we're going to want to... Alright. Come on, work with me here. Okay. Stay still, would ya? There we go. Now we need to... Of course. There we go. Now we just need to get further enough away and place it. There we go. Oh boy, that was an ordeal. I placed it in the wrong spot. Oh, okay. I swear I'm a professional. Okay, there we go. That's better. Okay, we want to rotate it. That's the way I wanted to rotate it. We need thrusters that burn down, so I have a solution for that. There we go. We're actually going to place, diagonal blocks right here. Or should I? Yeah, I do. I need to place those. And we're going to place these here. And we do have more room for gyroscopes if we need it right back there. So what we're going to do is, for thrusters that burn down, come on, rotate, would ya? There we go. There we go. We have 3 of them. We're going to want at least 6 of them. There we go. There's 4, 5. I got an idea. And 6. Alright, now we just need retro thrusters. And energy, apparently. We're fine, though. Alright. Gonna do this. You'll see what I'm doing in a little bit. It's a secret. No, it's not, but maybe it is. Maybe it should be. Maybe it will be a secret. All right. Well, I guess that'll be staying like that because, well, we don't want to get in the way of the door. And yes, I'm going to put the retro thrusters a little bit out because I don't want to accidentally damage my ship with the thrust damage, which is a thing. So, there we go. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Alright, now where did I start that? Oh boy. I think that was right here. Yep, that was it. Alright, now we'll put the slope armor on. Alright. There we go. One more up top. And we'll put in our 3 retro thrusters, and it's complete. Well, the design is complete. I'm also going to finish the armor up there too, but we need a little bit more energy, so we'll go do that. So this is the idea behind this ship, so yeah, it's going to be a big one. When we finish it, that is. Alright, let's get back on board the Ghost. Turn off our jetpack. Walk through walls because we can. And alright, that'll actually be it for this episode. Thank you folks for watching, and I will see you next time.